welcome to week 19.2, long-awaited video.
Yep, it's been 2 weeks in the coming.
Really sorry we didn't get to upload this on Sunday, but as you will see from this video, we had a really hard week last week, didn't we?
Yeah, but it's not just that. It's about, you know, we've had trials and tribulations, as you well know, and hopefully things are looking up. But yeah, as you see, what's been going on apart from that.
So, we had a huge list of jobs to do last week before the arrival of my father. And because of the amount of jobs we had to do, we've split it into 2 videos so that we don't bore you too much.
No.
So, first video, you get to see a lot of the jobs. And the second video, you'll have to come back for on Sunday. So, take a look at what we got up to.
And we are in the latter stages of the summer, and we are preparing for our first visitation. But I've got to make a bed for apartment 2, so I've got to go into the Piggeries and find some suitable wood to make it. And the dogs are going to desperately want to come over to the land, but not for the moment, because we've got a special visit today as well. Our archaeologist friend, I think we can call her that, friend, Gemma, is going to come today. But what I'm going to do in the moment, I'm going to go in the Piggeries and I'm going to try and find some suitable wood for this bed that Lesa wants made. This is going to be not necessarily a 4-poster bed, but it's going to be it's going to have a little canopy at the top that she's going to dress, but we need to make it fairly sharpish. I don't know what that was, it just passed me by. Here we are in the Piggeries. As you can see, there's rather a large pile of wood there. Some of it is the stuff I've bought, and some of it behind there is old oak that's been here for however many years, and that's what I'm going to try and dig out. I'm not worried about the length, am I? I was worried about whether they'd be long enough. I think this is better. I've got a bloody great beam there that nearly 4 metres that one. Just trying to find some really straight ones so I don't have to muck about. This is for the 2 back pieces. You see that one? Here we go. It's really hard to know. Some of them just get slight. I'm not going to be able to, what they call, joint them so you can get them absolutely square. I do take the worst nasties off from my planer, but it won't square it up perfectly. So that's that. So we'll have to try and select what we can. So there are my beams for the bed, the top of the bed, 2.4 metres. They're relatively straight. They're not absolutely straight. What I am going to do is run them through the planer just to get the nasties off. I wasn't going to do it, but I think I am going to do it to see, because they're slightly different sizes and I would like them to be the same size. They come out looking real nice.
Okay, Monday morning. This week is a real big push. We've got my father coming a week from today. So we've got lots of things to try and finish before he gets here. It is just my dad, but they came past him. My dad and his wife Barbara came past here last year, literally this time last year. We were still, I think, living in the tent. So I'd really like to get it as good as we possibly can before he arrives, just to see what he thinks of the changes, and it'll be really nice for him to see, and for somebody to see the difference. It's a shame because there's a lot of our family, obviously the kids haven't been able to get over here at all, so they wouldn't have seen it in the beginning other than through the vlogs, what it was like, but my father did. So yeah, I'm really excited to see, and quite nervous to see what his reaction is and on the changes that have happened since he was last here. So this week, big push, because we're not going to get apartment 2 completely finished. We have been having to spend quite a bit of time up the farm this last couple of weeks because Hugh's not been very well at all, so I've been helping out a lot there. So it's taken their time away from bits we could be doing here, but obviously people's health's more important, and we felt it was more important for us to be able to help them out. But as far as the bedroom goes, I want the bedroom finished. There's no ifs or buts. We will work 24 hours if we have to, but the bedroom's got to be finished. As far as the salon goes, we'll get the dresser up here, and we'll get everything in place, but it probably won't be plumbed in. We'll just have to do that when he's gone. But, you know, him and Barbara are going to be eating with us, you know, they don't really need the kitchenette to be plumbed in up here, I don't think. They've got obviously the bathroom fully working. So yeah, so it's the main push on the bedroom. So jobs for this week are to finish the bottom part of the wardrobe. As you can see, Ted has put a shelf in there. We've got some baskets to go in there, and it'll have a door in the front to match the rest of the doors. So I'm going to finish the door, give it its top coat, and put the wallpaper on it. So that's finished. Obviously, the bedside tables are in. I need to find a mirror or revamp a mirror to go in there. And I need to upholster a stool or something. I found something up in the loft that I want to do to go as the bedside chair. We'd like another sort of stool or chair to go under the window frame there. Here I would like an altar table. Whether Ted gets the time to do that is another story, but we'll see. You know, it's not a necessity, but there will be an altar table that I want to go there. And then obviously the bed here, which Ted's now out sorting the wood out for the bed that will go here. The canopy's got to go up, and then I've got to dress all the canopy and do all the furnishings, make all the bedspreads, make all the pillows. So there's lots and lots to do. On top of that, in the salon area, I need to make the back to the bed. I've got a large piece of foam that will go behind the cushions to make the back of the sofa bed. So I need to do that. Ted needs to finish putting the window board back on above where the fridge goes and reinstall the fridge. That's where we had the leak, and we had to take the fridge and all the top of it out so that we could fix the leak. So that needs to go back on. Those curtains need to be taken up, and then the skirting board needs to go on all around the room. And out in the tower, in the hallway, I've got some mapping I need to do to get some render. So there's some holes in the wall that need to be repaired, things like that. So I need to repair that before I can give all this a second coat. I then need to do the floor. Now the floor needs a lot of work. This needs to be scrubbed up. It needs to be cleaned. It needs to be treated. It needs to have a top coat on it. So yeah, lots and lots to be done this week, and I'll probably find some more jobs to do to add to that list as well. We better crack on, hadn't we?
Right, I'm at the end of my cutting day. You can see this great big piece of board here. This is going to be headboard. You see the oak posts and the smaller ones. So these are 2.4 meters high, and those are 1.2 meters high. They will form the main part of the bed. And as you see, so these are in oak, and they are 75mm by 60mm. The additional 2 long boards there and 3 smaller boards are for the side and end front and back rails, which will form the bed. So that lot there will form the main body of the bed. As I say, this piece of board here will form the head and the footboard. I've done a little drawing of the head end of the bed. I'm just about to go and tell Lesa what I think we should do with the headboard, because if our original plan was to put this dirty great big lump of 18mm ply in the headboard, it might be logistically a problem. So what I'm going to do is rip it down the middle, and that'll make the head and the footboard. But I've got to run it past the governor first to make sure she's happy. That's why I've drawn a little picture. So that's day one of making the bed. There's been an awful lot of sawdust. Let me just show you this nice pile of sawdust. So the majority of that sawdust there, that great big pile, has come from dimensioning this wood. And as you see, my planer has been working overtime. My table saw has been working overtime. Again, great big piles of sawdust underneath the bench. This table saw needs a serious clean before I use it again. The blade is so caked in nastiness. Yeah, good first day, please. So I just want to run something past you, because I think it's probably a better idea if we do this. So I drew it out so you can see it. So this is the back, this is the headboard.
Yeah.
So our first thought was to do a headboard 1200mm deep.
Yeah.
By the width of the bed. However, I've cut the piece of board, and what I was thinking is if I rip it down the middle, that'll give me 610mm or 600mm. Rip it down 600mm, which gives you, so if I put a second rail in the back, then we can just do a 600mm board. So this is where the side rails will go. So the mattress will come off of there to about 580, which is in the middle of that rail.
Oh, that's fine, yeah.
Because that's 625. So it still gives you the same. So the mattress will be here. So when people say this will be above your head, but it'll only be 600mm. It'll be a lot less weight.
Yeah. And
we can use the other half of that board in the football.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Cool. So you've cut everything out.
So I've cut everything out. I've just got to rip that piece board down, and tomorrow it's I'm going to put a bracing piece in there. That's obviously where the canopy's going to go, but I'm going to put a bracing piece in so I can do, effectively I want to do that and then do the headboard, and then you just literally connect them together and put all the slats in. That's it. It's as simple as that.
Cool.
So this headboard as well, I've made it 1510, so it gives you 15 mil either side. So I'm going to run a slot in there, a routed slot for that board to slide into. So it will slide in, everything will clamp together.
Yeah.
This will get, pegged. This will probably get. To be honest with you, this may well get screwed together, but it's just screwed. And nothing's going to be glued because I want the ability to take it apart.
Yeah.
Although that's the thing, if we like it in the room and we think, well, that's it, we're not going to change it, it's perfect, it'll do the room, then I might well glue it up together because obviously it just makes for strength.
Cool. Well done, baby.
Yeah, well, it's been a good day. So a quick cup of tea on day 2 of bed making. So what we've done so far, put my tea down. So what we did, as I said yesterday, is we cut all the bits to length for the frame and the headboard. I haven't done anything with the slats yet because I'm going to probably use something else different. So first off today was to cut the tenons. So we have cut slots in there. The shorter bits, the end rails are 60 millimeters by 11 millimeters deep, and we just cut grooves in it with me miter saw, and then we bash them out with a hammer, and that creates the tenon. And what I am going to do, my good friend Steve from up the road lent me his big router, and I've put a plate on it. Let me get this up here so you can see it. So there is a perspex plate, big perspex plate put on there, as you can see. That I will use as a guide so I can run over and just clean up these. Clean up these so they're nice and flat, and hopefully, if everything is equal, the tenons will be 12 mil thick, and then I'm gonna plunge a 12 mil router bit into the posts, and hopefully the two marry up. That's the plan. The thinner you make these cuts, the closer together you make the cuts, so obviously the easier it is to chop this out. But obviously it takes a lot longer. So, because you've got so many more cuts.
All right, it's going in. Oh, yes. He's all chuffed with himself.
Hey?
You all happy?
Well, there's one.
I've got several more to do.
It's cool.
Oh, it's got all the... It's got sawdust of it. Oh, it smells really nice. Oh, Nancy, come on, play. Mummy, where's my dinner? Oh, can we go run in the parkland? Oh, please, come on. Oh, it's gonna go on. It's gonna go on, little one. Oh, no. You have a little dance. You did that job.
Hans is
Beautiful.
not amused.
No.
Bess is like, come play with me. Not near my leg.
Right, so you join us in the workshop again. This is day 3 of bed making. We had a bit of a problem yesterday where our big router decided to give up the ghost. It's still operational, but you can't get the bit out the chuck, so out the collet, because it's decided to give up. So a quick phone around, and our lovely electrician had a router that I could use. So I've started routing the mortise slots for the tenons on the bed post. So that's now but we had a little bit of trouble trying to get this, because this is mounted in a table, and then some of the screws wouldn't come out, so that took a bit longer than I thought. But anyway, it works, and it seems to be working, and so we're going to use that to cut the rest of these slots. Once we've done that, we will do a dry fit to make see if everything fits together. How I'm going to do that, I don't know, because I haven't got any space to do it, because it's a rather large item.
To do it
So I
outside?
might have to do it outside, as long as the weather holds, which I think it will. It says it's going to. And then we'll just do that, and then I will enlist the help of my darling Lesa, and we'll put it all together. I just want to put the 4 posts and all the rails together like I've done, so we know that's together. Then we'll do the rest. We've got to route some slots for the headboards, and once we've done that, that's the assembly done, and it's a case of then just what I'm going to do is we're going to plug these rather than screw them together or glue them together, because I want it kind of the ability to come apart. So I don't know yet. I have to say, I want it to come apart, but if we really like it, and it's then there's no point in it coming apart. It can just be, I can screw it together or bolt it together, and that will be, and then it will. You can take it apart, but it will be difficult.
Okay, so we're back in the tower. It's time to do the 3rd coat of Limewash. A few people commented last week's video asking about the mixture for the Limewash. Now, this isn't a tutorial. This is the first time I've done it, so I would suggest that you go and Google and take a look at. There's lots of YouTube channels about lime washing, because it really all depends on what you're putting it on, the materials that you're putting it on, whether it's raw stone, whether it's a lime render, concrete, etc. That will depend on what mix that you use, and there's lots of different ways you can mix it. I am using 1 part lime to 2 parts water with some pigment. I've got just some cream pigment just to take away the greyness that the lime can give. Depending on the lime you use, you could either get it comes out very white, or it could come out very grey. Mine was very greyish. They looked kind of concrete-ish, and I didn't want that look. I wanted it quite bright. So I got a pigment that you put into it. You can also use natural pigments, such as turmeric and paprika, things like that, that have a natural dye to it. So you can also use that if you don't want to pay for the pigment. I had brought some pigment a long time ago, so I thought I'd use it, and it's come out a real nice sort of creamy look, which I really like. So yeah, that is what I'm using. You need to make sure that you keep mixing your mixture. So you keep mixing it up, because otherwise the lime will go to the bottom. And you just want it a creamy, sort of a thick, creamy, like a whisking cream texture. Hello, little pussycat. Oh, this little pussycat keeps distracting me all the blooming time. Anyway, so I'm on to my third coat. Hopefully this will be the last coat. You do have to keep layering lime wash. So I'm going to do the third coat. It may be that it will need another coat, but I'll probably do that at a later stage and leave it once I've done the third coat and get on with the woodwork, because there's still a lot to do in this tower. I've still got the windows to paint. I've still got all the floor to treat and to brush up, treat and everything. For those of you that asked about the floor, you will see that hopefully this week, because I'd like to get it done before my father arrives. But I will be treating it, so I'll be wire brushing just to get any old dust and dirt off, treating it with a woodworm treater, and then using a parquet sealant on it, which is what we used on the beams in the other rooms that came up really lovely. It's just a matte, natural finish, so it's not, you know, it's not a gloss varnish or anything like that. It's just a parquet sealant. So so yeah, but that will be later on in the week. Let's get on with the third coat. And you, pussycat, have got to stop distracting me today, haven't you? Hey, look at you. Who's beautiful, eh? Who's beautiful, little pussycat? But Mummy really needs to get on today. I need to get this last coat finished before the end of the day. Yeah. Right, you're going to sit and watch me? Yeah? Come on then.
Good morning everybody, day 5 on the bed making. I'm just putting things together to drill the holes to secure the nice big blackhead screws in there. Just going to countersink them so they sit below the surface, and then we'll take them out and then we'll wax everything. We're going to put nice chamfered edges on the boards on here, so they'll look sort of decorative. Feeling pretty lousy this morning. Had me second jab, and it's taking its toll a little bit. I don't know why, but I've been feeling fine up until this point, and now I feel a bit crook. So, but we'll crack on. Yeah, so there's the drill holes in these. Make sure that everything effectively goes together. I've got it in the right order. Lesa, I've made the crown yesterday, so Lesa is gonna be doing the crown later on today. We've got to go out because we've got to buy some bits and pieces, handles for doors and things like that. And I think we've got to go shopping, but we decided instead of, because we both feel pretty lousy, instead of going out the first thing this morning, we'd leave it till later. So hopefully we'll feel a bit better. But that's the job for today. So what I will do is when I've done that, you can see it, and then we'll take it upstairs. This is the plan, is by tonight this bed will be upstairs in situ. That's the plan.
Once again, we're in the tower. End of the second week of the tower. So the first week you saw me do all the prep, get all the plaster off the walls. We're now Friday, and today is it. I need to finish what I'm doing in the tower today so I can get on with then making the bedding for the apartment 2 for my father coming on Monday. So I think I'm going to get done what I wanted to get done. There's still work to be done on the lower level, but that will have to wait till my father's gone, because that's quite heavy work. I need Ted for that, bringing stones in, but we'll tell you about that next week. But as far as we're at the moment, top level, let's just give you a walk through the top level. All the old plaster off that was flaking. And that's all off now, all the flaky plaster. So health and safety wise, that's brilliant. This old door, this was covered in some black plastic, and we'd never really seen the door, and I took the black plastic off, and it's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous door. Now up here, what I've done is cleaned it all up, the floors. I've done woodworm treatment on it and wood treatment, and that is it. I'm not going to do anything else. This is where it's going to stay, because this is the original oak staircase. So this is 700 years old, and I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I don't want to parquet it. I don't want to stain it. It needs to be original so people can see exactly as it is. I just think it looks amazing. I love it. I love it. And yes, you know, we could put a load of stain on it and some parquet on it and bring it up really great. But that's not what it's about. This is about it being 700 years old and original oak, and being able to see all these amazing notches in it and little carvings that have been made by people 700 years ago when they cut this wood out of a tree trunk to make the stairs. And that's all got to stay visible, because that's what people are coming to see. So then the second floor, we come down to it, and this has had oak floorboards put in, and it's had oak treads put on the stairs. Now, from the ground floor, the underneath of these is still visible, so the old 700-year-old oak is still visible. But on top of it, we have the treads to make it a lot safer for people to walk up, because this is obviously where the apartments are going to be. Let's give you a quick view from this angle. So as you can see, as we come up the staircase here, you come to the top and you have apartments 2, which is the first door, and apartment 3. And then coming around from this angle, just so you're all aware of where we're actually at, come up the staircase, and when you turn to your right, you go into the old hallway and then through to apartment 4. So this staircase, I think the walls are looking fabulous. Now the walls are all done, I've got to paint the windows and give them a lick of paint. But I think the walls absolutely have come up brilliant. I'm really, really pleased with it, because it's where we've done the lime washing, it doesn't look new. You can see there's sort of, I don't know if you can see on film, but it's not sort of spanking new. You've got all the markings on the wall. Yeah, I'm really, really pleased with it. So today, final step is to sort this floor out. So we've got to go out this afternoon to Limoges just to collect a few bits to finish apartment 2. But so this morning, I'm going to clean all the floors, give them a really good scrub. Then I'm going to put the woodworm treatment on it. Then we're going to pop out. Then I'm going to come back, and hopefully it'll be dry enough then for me to be able to do the parquet sealant top layer. And then that's it. That's as far as I'm going before my father arrives. Now I'll just quickly take you downstairs and show you the plans for downstairs. Okay, so again, it's looking fabulous. The doors come up fantastic. That's had a good scrub with a wire brush. It's had treatment on it. So that looks fabulous. So this is where we go into the boot room. Now, the boot room will be a project that will happen in October. So going through there, we're just going to shut the door and clean the door up, shut the door, and that will be it. But down here, the render sort of stops there. And if you remember rightly, this is where, in the archives, it states there are tunnels that go all the way down and down to Le Terrain. Now, you can only get so far. Maybe I should get in there. It goes all the way around the corner here. I don't know if you can see, there's a hole there where it keeps going down. Now that is going to take us, in the future, a lot of work to excavate. So that is not going to be done for a while, for a very long while. But just to clear this area up, what I'm going to do is the week after my father leaves, I'm going to get all of the old bits of mortar from the stones here. I'm going to remortar the lower level here. And we're then going to put down in here some flagstones staircase going down to as far as we can get to. Just so it shows that it does go down. Then when we do the tours and we can tell people about the history and what is meant to be down there, it just looks a bit better and people can kind of visualise it a bit better. So, yeah, it'll be great to do this. But as I say, that'll be the week after my father leaves, so that'll be a couple of weeks' time. Let's concentrate today on the staircase and see what it looks like at the end of it.
Well, it's the end of the day. Well, almost. Just give you a quick update. That is all the beds. The bits there. This is the footboard. It has rail at the top and bottom from the footboard here. This is all going to be covered in fabric, upholstered by Lesa. This is the bottom rail, this is the top rail, these are the side rails. Same with this one here. These are the side rails for the bed that the piece will be fitted, so the slats will go in. These are the main posts, as I said, 2.4 metres. These are the rails underneath the headboard. The headboard, as you can see at the back, has got rather bigger than it was before, because it wasn't big enough, so Lesa wanted it bigger, so I made it bigger. But I was reluctant to chop up a whole sheet of plywood just for that, so I've pieced some together, because again it's going to be upholstered and that's going to be to the back of the wall, so you're not going to worry about that. So I've just made the crown. As you can see, let me step over here. This is the crown that's going to go on the top. And this, supported by little oak pillars here. We are going to have to fix this some way to the ceiling. It's a little bit bowed, but then that's when it goes in, it won't be bowed. But yeah, little oak pillars on the corner, which have been chamfered off. There've been some little bits of splits out of them, but I'm kind of not worried about that. It would have been horrible if it had been somebody other than us. But that's what we've been doing today. Lots and lots and lots of routing. These are all inset, and then use pocket hole screws to secure it up, because again it's all going to be covered. What we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to go and buy some bits and pieces, but when I come back it will be drilling the holes, and I've decided not to use pegs. I'm going to bolt it together with these lovely black-headed screws that I've got, so we're going to do that. But that's another fairly successful day. I am covered in oak sawdust, but it is a lovely thing to work with. So we'll see you anon.
So as you can see, there was a great big long list of jobs, and hopefully we got on most of them done to satisfaction, and things went well after that.
But you'll have to come back Sunday and see for yourself.
Check it out.
So Sunday the bed will be going up, the furnishings will be going on, and it'll be a mad dash to get things tidied up before my father arrives. We'll see you all Sunday. Take care, everyone.
Like and subscribe and all that thing. See you soon. Bye.
We would like to say a huge thank you to all of our supporters, from our patrons to our GoFundMe donors, the people that are buying us a coffee on Go Buy Me a Coffee, and you, our subscribers, each week watching the adverts for us to give us a little bit of income each month. Even if it just adds up to a bag of sand, it all helps. Take care, everyone. See you all next week. Bye-bye.
much more. Always really knew what I was looking for. Someone to share my dreams, someone to follow.